What do we think?
Yeah. I can't get used to your voice.
I don't know what's going on, dude.
You're not doing that on purpose?
No, I'm talking like I normally do.
You sound like you're talking in like slow-mo, and it's like your voice is like 3 octaves deeper than it usually is.
How about this?
All right, welcome back to another video. We got the Bills
Let's
Rams
go.
preview. The Rams are coming all the way out from LA to Orchard Park. They just came off an impressive win against the Eagles. We're going to talk all about it, so make sure you stay tuned for the full thing. So let's go. Welcome back to Amateur Hour Sports. I'm Trent with my co-host Jake. Look at his numbers. His numbers are insane.
I just have to say, never go all in on the Raiders.
The Bills and the Rams are both 2-0. So the Rams came off a very impressive win against the Eagles.
Okay, I don't know if that's a very impressive win.
How is that not an impressive win?
The Eagles just lost
19.
to the Washington football team.
I mean, either the Eagles are trash or
Yeah, I think that's what we're going.
I
That's
think
what
the
I'm trying
Rams
to...
are good. They also beat the Cowboys, an impressive win on
No,
Sunday night.
I'm not knocking the Rams. I just don't think it's that impressive of a win.
I mean, to kick the Eagles' butt, I think is impressive.
If it kicked the Eagles' butt with fans, that would have been different.
All right. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, they ended the game 14 straight points. Like, Goff has been getting it going. I watched some of the game. I edited some of the preview today, and Goff on these play actions is just money. And all the motion and movement that they do at the line of scrimmage, pre-snap, they just put guys in position to win. And I really, really like that McVay offense, and it's going to be a headache trying to game plan for it and prepare for it this week for the Bills. So looking at the numbers from last week, I mean, that's a strong Eagles defense. You can say what you want about their offense, but the Eagles had, I mean, you got Fletcher Cox in the middle. You got a great D-line. Linebacker is a little sketchy, but the Rams ran for 191 at almost 5 yards a pop, and they do it with 3 backs. Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, and then they also had Cam Akers, their rookie, who I think he has a rib injury right now, so we'll see if he plays. But they have those 3 that they're rotating in and out. Then you combine that with Jared Goff on hard play action, and then you got great receivers on the outside, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. They both just signed extensions, multi-year extensions, sorry. And then a guy who has emerged recently, and especially last week, is Tyler Higbee, their tight end, who had 5 catches, 54 yards, and all three of Jared Goff's TDs. And coming off of the Miami game, the Bills just let up. They gave a huge game to Mike Gesicki, the Miami tight end, who had, I believe, like 130 yards and 1 touchdown. So that tight end matchup really scares me, along with, I mean, they just have pieces all over that offense and are really well coached. But how do you think the Bills will match up with Higbee? I think Higbee's probably my biggest threat right now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely coming off his last week and just watching how we played, Mike Gesicki. So I'm really interested to see how the Bills modify their secondary. I think we were just talking. I wonder if they're going to move Poyer into the box more, especially with Higbee. Maybe when he's, hand down on the line, move him into the box a little bit more so that he can't get like too much of a free release. But I'm really interested to see that, especially when we don't have those 2 linebackers, Milano and Trey, who are so good in the pass coverage underneath because they're both so athletic. It's going to be interesting to see, especially not getting hands on Higbee, who's a pretty good route running tight end.
Well, we don't know if they're out for the week just yet. There's possibility one of them, or I don't think both of them will be back. But Edmonds has a shoulder injury and Milano has a hamstring. I think the hamstring will probably linger and keep him out. But if we could get Tremaine Edmonds back, that would be huge. But yeah, I mean, the thing that scares me, I guess, back to my original point, was, the Rams ran for 191, and that sets up the play action even stronger for Jared Goff, who really, really excels at the play action, and they love doing it. So yeah, if we don't have Milano and Edmonds, I mean, it's going to be a lot of what we saw against Miami. I mean, it's going to be long drives, attacking the middle, I'm sure a lot of play action to get those linebackers up and then throw it to Higbee or Woods or Cooper Kupp, like over the middle. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully the Bills can make adjustments, like you said, maybe get Poyer in the box and, play him as, like a hybrid, more of a hybrid role.
Like a Jamal Adams role.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm nervous for the defense more so than I am, I guess, the offense, which is probably the first time I'm saying that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. Their offense, honestly, if you really think about it, it's kind of similar to the Patriots all those years. Get a couple running backs who a couple of them can catch and a couple of them are bruisers, and then you get a guy who's really good at play action and a good coach. I mean, it's kind of like the recipe for the Patriots the past decade. So it's not something we haven't seen. So I think we can definitely have like a base to build off of. But I'm very interested to see how our defense kind of reacts and who we got out there. But going to our offense now, what do you think is going to be the biggest factor against that Rams defense with Donald in the middle? I mean, what do you think we're going to do? Are we going to get the ball out fast, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to, because Aaron Donald is a stud.
He's a problem.
I mean, he is going to wreak havoc on that Bills interior. Brian Daboll was asked what he thinks of Aaron Donald, and he said he hopes he doesn't get on the bus, or he hopes he misses the bus or something like that. And I think that would be a blessing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we pray for. But yeah, I don't really know what you do for Aaron Donald. I mean, you obviously have to double team every play. If he gets one-on-one, it's game over.
Yeah.
So that means, like you said, Josh will have to get the ball out quick, maybe attack the outside with Singletary and Moss. But then, I mean, you think of the rest of their defense, they have
Jalen
Ramsey on Stefon Diggs. I mean, that's going to be a great matchup to watch. Like, I cannot wait to watch that. I was doing the preview for the Rams-Bills today, and so I was going through the Rams game, and Jalen Ramsey didn't come up. He came up once. He had one pass breakup. But you know what that means if he didn't come up in the stat sheet? That means nobody was
threw
open.
at him.
Yeah, they didn't even look at him. Wentz didn't look at
Yeah.
him. He just completely shut down one side of the field. And, I mean, I don't think the Eagles have anybody like Stefon Diggs, but if he's going to be shadowing Stefon Diggs all day, Josh Allen's going to have to look other ways, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I think I alluded to that matchup in the our crossover with One Before I Die. Shout out Abe's, Big Abe's. But yeah, I think this is our first true like stud on stud matchup. I'm really excited to see if we just attack him, because especially with the words Jalen Ramsey said about Josh. I think he called him trash, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's personal for those two guys.
Honestly, yeah. I think a good game plan for me, if I'm Dabble, right, is keep a moving pocket, do a couple play actions where we're pulling a guard around maybe so we can set up the pocket outside of the tackle box, or just do like naked bootlegs and stuff, kind of get Josh out and get him that option where how Russell Wilson's so good when he's outside the pocket pumping and running, because he can do both. I think Josh can work that and kind of play both the run and the pass and create openings, especially with guys, especially with Ramsey locking down Diggs potentially. So I honestly think moving the pocket, getting Josh outside, doing some rollouts, I think that will be good for us. And yeah, I think I would agree with that from a passing perspective. Personally, I don't think Brian Daboll is going to have the same game plan that he had these past 2 weeks, just pass like crazy. I think the Bills really have to establish the run early on. And, I mean, Miles Sanders got free last week. He had 20 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown, averaging 4.8 a carry. So, I mean, there is room to run on the Rams. If you're looking for a weakness, it would be their run defense. So I think the Bills need to establish that run game early. That'll help Josh Allen, like you said, with the play actions and the bootlegs, get him out in space. But I don't think you can throw it as many times as they've thrown it the first two games against the Rams and expect to win. Yeah, I think a big factor that we gotta hopefully Dabble incorporates is some middle screens to the running back. Let Donald come upfield, like get all happy, and throw it right behind his ear. And
Yeah.
Dawson Knox is out, right, for this next game, or is he going to play?
I
with
mean,
the
not
concussion?
confirmed, but yeah, he was in concussion protocol. So yeah, if he's out for the Bills, that injury list is starting to rack up a little bit, and that would be a huge loss.
Yeah.
Because
Another
Dawson
thing I
is a great
alluded
playmaker.
to in the podcast with One Before I Die, just the injuries. We gotta stop getting the injuries, man. The injury bug is not good right now in the NFL.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the Bills have it pretty good compared to some other teams,
Yeah.
49ers especially.
49ers, holy crap, man.
I mean that game. I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but that game when they play the Niners is gonna be totally different than we thought preseason.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, I think it's time for predictions. They just went to Philly. Now they're flying all the way back to LA, and they're flying all the way back to Buffalo this week, obviously. So I think that will have some kind of impact. Maybe they start off slow or sluggish, whatever, and I think the Bills need to capitalize on that, especially being at home and jump on them early. I think if they can do that and contain Donald, I'm not so much worried about Jalen Ramsey as I am Aaron Donald. I think if you can contain Donald, and then also you can't let Goff pick you apart on defense, obviously. But one thing that they didn't do in the Dolphins game, which they need to do in this game, is create a turnover. Fumble, interception, something. You need to change the momentum. I don't think Josh Allen's going to be able to win it as well as he did versus the Dolphins. The defense is going to have to step up. But with that being said, I do think the Bills sneak out of here with a W. I'll take a 24-21 Bills dub.
I definitely think it all depends on the game plan, like you said, like with Dabble. If we're gonna go air ball, Jalen Ramsey is gonna have a big effect, and the fact that I'm not worried too much about getting the ball off as much like with Donald rushing. I'm just worried about who Jalen Ramsey is going to cover, and I know it's probably going to be Diggs, but I'm really interested to see how Diggs kind of comes out, and I really think that's going to be the factor. If we can get a few big passes under our belts, maybe we get the confidence, and Jalen Ramsey's, we just expose them. But if we can't really get anything established in the pass game, it's going to be a long game.
Yep.
But with that being said, I think the Bills do sneak out a win, 21-18.
Ooh, I like the weird score.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like something weird is gonna happen, man.
I like that. Yeah, I think it'll be low scoring. You won't see as many points from the Rams and Bills as you did last week. So, yeah, I think that does it. Anything else you want to say about the game?
No, I completely agree with your point, though. West Coast to East Coast, I think is way harder to play.
I do that flight a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a solid 5 hours. So
Yeah, because it's the one where you don't get as much sleep.
right.
Yeah, you're staying up instead of
Right.
when you
Yeah,
go
you're
west,
losing
you
3
get
hours.
some-
Yeah. So
yeah.
also, I mean, they played it against the Eagles, but it's going to be a 10 a.m. game for them. And, your
body time,
clock. And, I think doing that back-to-back weeks is definitely an advantage for the Bills.
No, yeah.
So-
I honestly, I think it'll be good, and I think the weather is going to be pretty decent too for the game. So, that'll help.
It's exciting, man. We got
I know. Honestly, I'm really excited to see if the Rams are going to pop off like I think they might be, especially after the game. I'm interested to see really kind of where the Rams. Rams
I mean,
come
dude,
off.
it'll be a good test for the Bills because I think the Jets and the Dolphins are one thing, but the Rams are another. And the way they've handled the Cowboys and Eagles so far makes you think, it's gonna be a good test for the Bills to see if they're legit and if they can sneak out of here with a dub.
Yeah. I mean, if they win it, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's pretty much guaranteed.
Send it. All right. We want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we'll see you guys next week.